Hello, welcome to week 3 training video. Just a reminder, the video is not to demean or belittle any players, coaches, owners, fans, EMTs, ball boys, mascots, chain crew, equipment managers, or officials, or anybody associated with this game. Strictly for learning purposes only. Play 1, we're going to have an example of offside on the defense. Just a reminder, defense can get back. This is not like high school. They can get back provided they do not make contact with an offensive player or they do not have a clear path to the quarterback. Unabated means they're equal to or beyond the shoulders of the offensive player. Or the last one would be if they cause an offensive player to immediately react. A protected offensive player would mean, in this example, the player is heads up, so it'd be the immediate offensive player heads up as well as the blocker on each side. If the defender is in a gap, then it would just be the person on each shoulder. So there would only be 2 players protected. And by protected, that means if a defender comes in the zone, the offensive player reacts, the foul is on the defense. Live ball foul, no contact. Play goes on. Once he's down, he's down. Remember, down by rule, fellas. And they did shut it down. That's a correct call on an offensive hold by the right guard, kind of a takedown. Those are ones we want to get. When he pulls a guy down to the ground like that, that's a good call. As well as, want to point out number 29 down here, hustling. Good job, number 29, getting that off the field. We've got people down here, official down here. Play comes this way, so good hustle. Play 3, this is a punt that never actually crosses the line of scrimmage. So just a reminder, everybody, if the punt does not cross the line of scrimmage, anybody on Team A, being the kicking team, can pick up the ball and advance it. Of course, it is not a first down unless they cross the line to gain. Play 4 is a play where we have down by rule. Remember, the ground cannot cause a fumble. It can cause an incomplete pass, but cannot cause a fumble. This is correctly ruled down. When he hits the ground, the ball pops out. Good job, crew. Good job selling it as well, line of scrimmage. Put this in here, not saying this is a foul or not, but we definitely have an indicator. Defenders, keep your head up. For 1, for safety reasons, but for 2, this could qualify as 9-1-3, which is the use of forceful contact with the crown of the helmet, which is one of the rules of targeting. Not sure if the hit is hard enough, doesn't actually knock him back, but it is a hit to the side of the head. Probably would be supported if he threw on it. If nothing else, unnecessary roughness would be supported. Bottom line is, guys, keep your heads up and use your shoulders, not the crown of your helmet. This here is a launch by the defender, and you often hear the term launch. This play was sent in, actually, and that it's a foul for launching. Well, it's one of the indicators, just like forearm, crouch, dipping the crown of your helmet, upward thrust. Things like that could be indicators of targeting, but them alone are not a foul. So here we do have a player that launches, but he would have, because the quarterback is a runner, he would not be a defenseless player. So the only way he can actually be targeted is if he is hit with forcible contact by the defender with the crown of the helmet. And in this case, looks like he hits him with the shoulder. He does launch, but he doesn't hit him in the head and doesn't hit him with the crown of his helmet, as well as the quarterback never goes down. But he does launch. But again, a launch by itself is not a foul. Definitely is an indicator. This, we covered one on week 1 as well. Remember, we have a offensive and a defensive guy moving almost simultaneously. Unless the defender is clearly contacted the offensive player first, put this on the offense. Here we have a defender move. And we also have an offensive player false start. He moves. He even knows. He starts putting his head down. But we have 2 different things from officials. So I know we talk together, we get together and get it right in the end, but Let's not be given preliminary signals if we have more than one flag. Just adds confusion. So more than one flag, take your time, come in and talk. Only one flag, definitely give a prelim. So here is a blindside block on a punt. We also have an illegal block in the back. We missed the blindside block. You can see he starts to eye him up from the time he's actually left, from the time he's actually snapped the ball and taken off. This player's eyeballing him. He waits until he gets even with him, and he's staring at the receiver and is going to blow him up from the side. So this is something we'd want to get, especially out in this open field. You can see we also get a block in the back right here at the point of attack. We do get this one, which is a good call. Springs him past. Even though he hits him, he definitely affects his ability to make the tackle. So we get one. We miss the blindside block. At the end of the day, the bigger foul would have been the block in the back anyway. It would have hurt them the worst. So we got it right that way, but let's just, in the open field, especially opposite side, don't officiate air, fellas. Try to move and look for the threat. And this next play is this one here is an example of what would not be a blindside block. It's a great job by an offensive lineman. It's not in the spirit of the rule, the blindside block. Normally, a blindside block, an illegal blindside block, I should say, is when you see the guy swimming upstream, going opposite the grain of attack, ever going in the opposite direction of everybody else, and just lights a guy up, decleats him with the intent to take his head off, where they never see it coming. This is just a normal running play with a lineman out leading the run in front. Everybody should expect that a lineman is going down to block, and he just creates a good block to open a hole for the running back. So this is not a foul for a blindside block, and correctly ruled that way. So this would be a legal blindside block. All right, when the ball's snapped, right here, the ball is snapped at the, you know what, I apologize, wrong play. This is another example of a blindside block, only this is a legal, like the other. Only great job by the receiver here to just basically get in the way and screen the defender. He didn't have to do anything other than just make him go around him, which was enough to spring his player around him. Didn't have to clip him, didn't have to cheap shot him. So it's an excellent job by the receiver of a legal blindside block, even though it's slight. Just a reminder, deep wings start at the goal line. When the ball's snapped at the opposite, in other words, team A or the kicking team's 45, right now it's snapped at the 44, so within a yard. But pretty much deep wings, field and side judge, you want to start at the goal line. It's always easier to move up than it is to move back. Back judge is going to have to roam to follow that receiver, but field and side judge, you want to be at the goal line. Just in case you have to rule on a bat over the goal line, a possible illegal touch, anything like that. All right, this is a good play of the back judge and side judge coming together on a tough, close pass. My understanding is that once the ball hit the ground, he has hands on it, but the ball moved and he did not maintain clean possession of the ball. So they both are right there. They make eye contact. They come in together and agree and signal. So it's a very good job of mechanics here, taking their time and agreeing on the ruling. Good pace and tempo. Example here is of, I think he's shut down for contact. He might make contact, but at this point, we would also, he is even with all the down lineman's shoulders. So if he has not made contact and he's in the gap, we would want to shut this down for unabated as well. And that'd be a foul on the defense. Good job coming in, line of scrimmage officials, making your presence known. And play 14. We had a few of these this last week. And we have a backward pass here. want to talk about the mechanics here really quickly. You see, he lets the ball use a big line if he can. He lets the ball go at the 45-yard line. Now, it's not the direction the ball goes when he throws it. Players, coaches, fans, officials, it's where the ball is actually touched. So he can throw it backwards, but if they're running downfield and it's an option or anything, and by the time he touches the ball, it's beyond, then it is a forward pass, which could very easily happen on option plays or long running plays. So here you have a pass that is clearly backward, but you can see we're punching before the ball is even touched. So tip to line of scrimmage officials. Wait until that pass is actually received, or not received, but wait until it's actually touched. Then make your ruling. Now you get it right here because it is a backward pass, but just go slow on these because you don't want to rule it backward if it's forward, and even if you get it right and your partner rules incomplete and so on, it just looks awkward. Clearly backward, correct ruling, just take your time. Another backward pass here. This is a good job by the head linesman. And see, he waits until the ball is actually touched. So he's got good patience here. Still hasn't punched. Now it's touched. Rules backward. The only thing I would recommend is holding that punch back longer so your opposite sideline of scrimmage and possibly referee and or center judge might look your way and see something. But most importantly, for your opposite sideline of scrimmage official. So hold that punch longer. But excellent patience on ruling forward or backward. Okay, on this play, got a couple of guys in motion. We actually have an illegal shift, but the back here actually is going forward at the snap. So technically could shut this down. If they're both going laterally, then it would be fine to keep it live as an illegal motion or illegal shift, technically illegal shift. But when he's going forward, you're going to be supported if you shut this down. Also, take a look at this flip pass by the quarterback to the back. It is forward, so even though it's underhand, it's forward. So just a reminder, everybody, little flip passes like this on the jet sweep. If he drops it, goes and muffs it, it's incomplete. It's forward pass. Underhand, overhand, doesn't matter. It's a forward pass. In this case, again, go ahead and shut it down. Nothing good is going to happen. And here you've got that forward pass. If he drops it, it's incomplete. So just a reminder on that. Now this play, this is an illegal motion. We would want to shut this down. He actually goes forward abruptly right before the snap. And nothing good is going to come of this, even if you rule this live as an illegal motion. So shut this down, come crashing in hard before anything happens. We end up having a long completed pass, all for nothing. Risk somebody getting hurt, all these other things. So just shut this down. Right there should be your false start. And this next play is just another example of an illegal shift. And this changed a few years ago. It's an illegal. The requirement for Team A or the offense, all 11 players must come to a complete stop and set for 1 second prior to going in motion or prior to the snap. So if they don't, it is a shift. They've never fully set, and it's a shift that converts to a false start, and the play is to be shut down. This guy comes out and never really gets set. It doesn't look like the entire unit has realized that he's still not set. So anyway, we'd want to shut this down. He's still moving. So just a reminder, everybody needs to come set for a second. And that would be a false start. Also, a reminder is before deep wings, go ahead and be on the goal line for this play. The ball's kicked at the ball snapped from the, actually it's the 39, so you're probably okay. This is a tough one. If you got a great punter that's been punting well, then maybe be back further. That's your judgment. Okay, that's just a good job on the line of scrimmage official crashing in on a false start. Make sure we get in there blowing our whistle, presence known. Go ahead and when you're the only flag, no need to go all the way in. Go ahead and stop and give that preliminary. Right about here, you can stop and give it to the referee, let him know. But still, good job letting your presence known. Center judge also going in. Umpire crashing. Those are how we prevent any nonsense and dead ball crap going on. So good job, crew. This is another good job by both line of scrimmage officials, as well as the center judge. They all come in crashing. These are the things we want on false starts. These are what prevent any dead ball crap from happening. So once again, good job, crew. And this is our last play of the game. The video, very good job by, we actually have a couple people pick this up. I'm not sure if targeting was called or if it was just a necessary roughness or what type of block. Unfortunately, we don't get the full game report. I just get basics. So I don't know if this guy was ejected or if it was targeting. Nobody appealed anything, but he definitely dips his head and does not look like a very legitimate block. And we do get 2 flags on this, so good job. Dips his head. That's how you hurt somebody, players. No reason to dip your head to block. And as you see, we actually have 2 flags. So get them at the right spot. It's behind the line of scrimmage, so we're going to go to a previous spot foul anyway. But good job. So I saw a lot of good things this week. Seeing improvement on crashing on the dead ball, also on the deep wings, not coming up and taking spots. So overall, doing a lot of good things. Overall, just keep working hard, have fun. Remember, make them big as much as they may complain. Coaches, owners, players, we want big, huge quality fouls at the point of attack that are safety related. If they're not safety related and they're not at the point of attack, we want to let you all play. So let's go have a great weekend of football before our break for the 4th of July. So appreciate everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. And if you're working, thank you for all you do and have a great game.